now it sounds like the Cleveland Browns are going to all but imprison Shedeur Sanders in the football sense of a very talented rookie quarterback who obviously needs reps.
There was one kind of knucklehead play call where it was 4th and 1 and we went empty. And I'm like, you got a rookie quarterback. You got a rookie quarterback who hasn't been getting reps, and you're going to put him in empty and 4th and 1 where he's like, if there's ever a time where you got to be able to pre-snap, recognize pressure, slide protection, that know your hot checks, that's when you need to know it.
Right.
The NFL has just been hit with the unthinkable. The league, the so-called powerhouse of American sports, is watching its ratings collapse in real time. And insiders are pointing to one shocking reason. Shedeur Sanders isn't playing for the Cleveland Browns. That's right, the same young quarterback who turned Colorado into must-watch TV, the same son of Deion primetime Sanders who set social media on fire every Saturday, is being kept off the Browns roster, and the fallout is catastrophic. Ratings are tanking, networks are panicking, and fans are revolting. ESPN hosts are fuming, rival analysts are stunned, and Stephen A. Smith is already calling it the league's biggest mistake in decades.
Partner. Joe Flacco got off his couch and won Comeback Player of the Year in 2023 for the same coach. He knows what Joe Flacco can do. Joe Flacco has been doing this a long time. You can argue his run to a Super Bowl is the greatest run we've seen by a quarterback because of who he had to go through.
I don't know about that.
The preseason, no, I'm saying you can argue it. The preseason, Keith can attest to this. We've been in training camp, killing our bodies. You get in a preseason game, even though you want to play, you're not turning it up.
TikTok edits are blowing up, X is melting down, and whispers inside NFL circles suggest executives are terrified of what happens next. The question now is simple but terrifying. Can the NFL survive without Shedeur Sanders under center? The NFL prides itself on being untouchable. Sunday Night Football is supposed to be sacred, Monday Night Football is supposed to dominate, and Super Bowl season is supposed to crush everything in its path. But this year, something unthinkable happened. The ratings collapsed. Not dipped, not slipped. Collapsed. At first, executives blamed the usual suspects: injuries, bad matchups, even streaming fatigue. But when the numbers kept falling, when primetime games were pulling the lowest audiences in over a decade, the real reason began to leak. Shedeur Sanders was not playing for the Cleveland Browns. Yes, you read that right. The son of Deion Sanders, the quarterback who turned college Saturdays into the hottest ticket on TV, had been kept off the Browns roster. And without him, the NFL's most passionate fan base had stopped watching. You, Shedeur Sanders, choose Browns. The fallout was instant. 8 ESPN posted a headline reading, NFL ratings hit crisis levels. Within minutes, fans flooded the comments. We told y'all, without Shedeur, we ain't tuning in. Primetime family runs the numbers. Period. Shedeur Sanders era. Colin Cowherd trashed him. Browns ignored him. Now the league pays the price. Meanwhile, our SportsCenter's clip of the Browns' latest game, one that was supposed to be a ratings juggernaut, barely broke 1 million views. By comparison, Shedeur's college highlights were pulling 5M plus views on TikTok in less than 24 hours. Fans began calling it the Idikurgast Shedeur effect. TikTok edits went viral showing side-by-side stats. Ed NFL. Game, 9.7M viewers Shedeur Sanders, Colorado. Game, 14.3 email viewers, the caption. The kid outdraws the league. Give him the keys. Inside NFL headquarters, executives were panicking. A leaked email from a broadcast partner reportedly read, "Without Sanders, we're losing a generation of fans. Ratings are hemorrhaging. Urgent solutions required." The Browns, already under fire for their chaotic QB room, suddenly found themselves in the center of a cultural storm. On X, hashtags like #NoBrownsFail and Play Shedeur trended simultaneously. One fan wrote, "Cleveland had one job. Start Shedeur Sanders." Instead, they tanked the entire league. And just when the noise couldn't get louder, Stephen A. Smith entered the conversation. Live on first take, he pounded the desk and bellowed, "Let me tell y'all something. The NFL is supposed to be king. But when you've got a young brother like Shedeur Sanders, first-team caliber, a ratings magnet, a cultural icon, and you keep him sidelined, that's not just bad business, that's suicide. And now the numbers prove it. This ain't on the fans, this is on the league." That clip blew up, instantly racking up millions of views. TikTok stitched it with Shedeur's highlights. Captions screaming, "Stephen A. destroys the NFL." King James, LeBron James, even liked the clip, sparking headlines. LeBron quietly supports Shedeur movement. Fans screenshotted it, writing, "If Bron knows, the league knows." Shedeur to the Browns. Meanwhile, other analysts scrambled to defend the league. A real Skip Bayless argued, "Shedeur is talented, no doubt, but let's not overstate his impact. The NFL doesn't depend on one player, but fans weren't buying it." Replies roasted Skip relentlessly. "Bro, the numbers literally collapsed without him. Stay hating, Skip. We riding with Prime's bloodline. NFL without Shedeur, NBA without King James. Our facts." Even rival athletes began chiming in. OBJ, Odell Beckham Jr., tweeted, "Y'all better quit playing with that kid. He box office." The cultural momentum was undeniable. Shedeur Sanders wasn't even on the field, yet he was the only name dominating the NFL conversation, and behind closed doors, insiders whispered the league was terrified. A source told a rap sheet. The NFL underestimated the Sanders brand. They thought it was hype. But when you see these numbers, when you see the collapse, you realize this is bigger than football. This is about culture, celebrity, and a generational movement. Fans began staging online protests, vowing not to watch another NFL game until Shedeur got his shot. The hashtag #NoShedeur_NoNFL trended for 48 hours straight. Instagram lives from fans outside the Browns stadium pulled in tens of thousands of viewers chanting, "We want Shedeur." The imagery was cinematic. An entire fan base holding up signs, wearing Sanders jerseys, refusing to budge. And in the middle of this firestorm, Shedeur himself. Calm as ever, he posted a single Instagram story, a black screen with the words, "Y'all see it now." Shedeur effect. That post alone nearly broke the internet. Within an hour, it had been reposted by Snoop Dogg, Lil Baby 4PF, and Rick Ross. Fans screamed in the comments, "He knows, we know. The league knows." The pressure was building, the ratings were falling, and the NFL had a choice to make. Embrace Shedeur Sanders, or watch their empire burn. And as Sunday Night Football limped to another all-time low, one thing became crystal clear. This wasn't just about football anymore. It was about survival. The cliffhanger was undeniable. Would the Browns and the NFL finally give Shedeur Sanders the stage, or would they risk losing everything? By Monday morning, the NFL ratings collapse was the lead story across every network, from ESPN to CNN. The headlines were brutal. Sunday Night Football ratings fall to 15-year low. Fans revolt over Shedeur Sanders' snub. League at risk without the Shedeur effect. The message was loud and clear. Without Shedeur Sanders, the NFL was bleeding viewers, and the backlash wasn't just coming from fans, it was spilling into pop culture. On The Breakfast Club, Charlemagne Thank God roasted the league. Y'all keep Shedeur on the sidelines like he's some scrub, and now the NFL ratings look like a WNBA preseason game. No disrespect, but this is the Sanders effect. Prime raised a son built for the spotlight, and the league too dumb to see it. Shedeur effect. Clips of the rant spread like wildfire, drawing laughs but also hitting a nerve. Fans spammed X with comments like, "Charlemagne cooking the NFL harder than Stephen A. Smith," not him comparing the NFL to preseason games. This is cultural now. The league can't run from it. Meanwhile, Stephen A. Smith wasn't done. On first take, he doubled down, pounding the desk and pointing directly at the camera. "I told y'all, I said it. Without Shedeur Sanders, the league looks lifeless. Nobody cares about these so-called big matchups when the energy, the electricity, the culture is sitting at home. NFL, hear me now. You need this, young brother. Period. The clip hit 10 views in under 24 hours. Stephen A. Smith and Yarj Play Shedeur trended globally. But the louder the celebration got, the louder the haters pushed back. Skip Bayless went live on Undisputed, sneering into the camera. This is insanity. Ratings dip every few years. It happens. Stop blaming it on Shedeur Sanders. He's a good player, but he is not the savior of the NFL. This narrative is laughable. Fans annihilated him in the replies. Skip just jealous he ain't Prime's favorite analyst. Bro stuck in 1995. Doesn't understand culture. Without Shedeur, the league collapsing. That's facts. Then came the rival players. A clip leaked from an AFC quarterback's podcast. The QB, later identified as Kenny Pickett, sniped, "So now the NFL can't survive without a college kid? Come on, man. This ain't the Sanders League." Within minutes, his words were everywhere. Fans torched him. The NFL being boring without Shedeur. Kenny just mad nobody watches the Steelers anymore. Imagine talking when you ain't even cracked top 20 QBs. Chirk Shedeur better. Even 8 OBJ, Odell Beckham Jr., jumped in again, tweeting, "Funny how dudes in the league scared of a college kid. Says it all." Shedeur Sanders box office. The clash between current NFL players and the Sanders movement turned into a cultural war, and then came the insider leaks. Rap Sheet dropped a cryptic tweet. Executives across the league discussing the Shedeur Sanders problem. Ratings collapse is real. Several teams considering moves to capitalize. The phrase Shedeur Sanders problem instantly went viral. Fans screenshotted it, adding captions like, "The problem is, y'all benched him." Here's NFL in Flames trended overnight. Flames trended overnight. A few hours later, Adam Schefter piled on with his own bombshell. Not confirming anything official, but don't be surprised if Browns executives begin revisiting their quarterback room sooner than expected. Pressure is mounting. The internet went berserk. Browns fans spammed every post with eager start Shedeur. Protesters outside the Browns facility held up signs reading, "No Shedeur, no ratings, no exceptions." Celebrities added more fuel to the fire. Snoop Dogg posted a video in his Sanders jersey. "Yo, NFL, get it together. Y'all ratings look like a bad sitcom. Put the young king in. Stop playing." Lil Durk reposted a TikTok edit of Shedeur with the caption, "League ain't ready for this smoke. Ishir Shedeur effect." Even a King James broke his silence with a simple tweet. "Energy don't lie. Here's Play Shedeur." That tweet alone racked up over 1 million likes in 2 hours. Meanwhile, Colin Cowherd tried to walk the middle ground on his show. Shedeur's star power is undeniable. The numbers prove it. But let's be honest, the NFL doesn't like being told what to do. The more the public pushes, the more resistant these front offices become. The Sanders effect is real, but the politics of football are even more real. His take sparked debate. Was the NFL resisting Shedeur out of stubbornness? Pride? Fear of losing control of the narrative? But the real kicker came when a leaked memo from a major broadcast network hit Reddit. The memo read, "Viewer drop-off unprecedented. Shedeur Sanders consistently outperforms NFL coverage across all social platforms. Urgent recommendation, Pressure League to feature him ASAP." The memo's authenticity couldn't be verified, but fans didn't care. The screenshots spread like wildfire. The narrative was cemented. The NFL wasn't just struggling, it was crumbling without Shedeur Sanders. And then Shedeur himself spoke. On Instagram Live, he sat quietly in his car, wearing a hoodie, staring into the camera. For 2 minutes he said nothing. Fans poured into the comments, tens of thousands of them spamming "Teacher Play Shedeur" and tagging 8NFL, or Browns, Deion Sanders. Finally, he leaned forward, smiled slightly, and said one sentence, "I ain't asked for this, but I'm built for it." The stream ended. That single line broke the internet. Edits flooded TikTok with dramatic music, captions screaming, "Built for it." Memes popped up everywhere. Even as Steven Asmith reposted it on his IG with the caption, "Facts, facts, facts." By Tuesday morning, the league was in chaos. Fans were revolting. Celebrities were uniting. Analysts were screaming. Players were beefing. And the executives, silent. The cliffhanger grew heavier. How long could the NFL resist the Shedeur effect before the league itself cracked under the pressure? By midweek, the NFL wasn't just dealing with a ratings crisis, it was drowning in it. Every network, every sports podcast, every trending topic online circled back to the same unavoidable truth. Without Shedeur Sanders in the Browns lineup, the NFL's grip on fans was slipping through its fingers. What had started as whispers of the Indian Shedeur effect had now become a tidal wave of outrage. The numbers were staggering. According to a leaked report from a major broadcaster, NFL primetime games had lost nearly 30% of their younger demographic viewership in just 3 weeks. Meanwhile, Shedeur's highlight reels on TikTok were pulling numbers that rivaled Sunday Night Football. One tweet from our sports business read, "Shedeur Sanders highlights, college level, outdrew NFL primetime broadcast on social platforms this weekend." League execs reportedly panicked. NFL in flames. The phrase NFL in flames wasn't just a hashtag anymore, it was reality. And then came the bombshell from inside the Browns organization. A local Cleveland reporter, citing an anonymous source, claimed that the Browns front office had been in heated arguments over Shedeur. Some executives reportedly wanted to sign him immediately to save the franchise and, by extension, rescue the league's ratings. Others feared the backlash of appearing controlled by media pressure. The quote leaked was devastating. Half the room thinks Shedeur Sanders is the answer. The other half thinks starting him would make us look like clowns bowing to ESPN and Twitter. Fans pounced on the story, spamming A. Brown's accounts with comments like, "Bow to the ratings, not your pride." Play Shedeur. Fans don't care how you look, we care about winning. Imagine letting ego kill football. The leak exposed what many already suspected. This wasn't about football anymore. It was about power. Meanwhile, the player backlash got uglier. On a podcast, Baker Mayfield, never shy about controversy, smirked and said, "All this Shedeur hype, remind me when he's won a real NFL game. Until then, y'all comparing stats to TikTok likes." The clip blew up instantly, with fans tearing into Baker. "Bro, you couldn't even hold Cleveland. Sit this one out." Shedeur highlights your career. Baker Mayfield trying to stay relevant. Bless his heart. Even out OBJ couldn't resist, tweeting, "Funny how the ones who couldn't save Cleveland got the most to say." Shedeur Sanders different. That single tweet nearly broke the internet, reigniting the OBJ versus Baker feud while pulling Shedeur deeper into NFL's spotlight. But the real shock came from Dion Primetime Sanders himself. Up until now, he had played the proud father role, cryptic posts, proud retweets, subtle jabs. But on Wednesday, he went live. Sitting in his office, shades on, voice calm but razor sharp, Prime laid waste to the NFL establishment. "Y'all made a mistake. You thought my son was hype. You thought he was just a storyline. But what you're seeing now, that ain't hype, that's history. The NFL is collapsing in real time because y'all refuse to see the future staring you in the face. The numbers don't lie. The ratings don't lie. The culture don't lie. Y'all better fix it, or y'all ain't gonna have a league left to fix." That clip went nuclear. Fans clipped "y'all better fix it" and plastered it over TikTok edits, highlight reels, even protest signs. Prime warning trended worldwide, and if Dion's rant was fire, Stephen A. poured gasoline on it. On First Take the next morning, he looked directly into the camera, leaned forward, and roared, "Deion Sanders is 1000% right. The league has failed. The league is collapsing." And every single hater who doubted Shedeur Sanders, every single exec who said no, every analyst who called him hype, you are watching your empire crumble. This ain't just about football anymore. This is about a generational talent you refuse to embrace. And now, look at you. The rant drew standing ovations online. Fans declared it Stephen A's greatest monologue ever. King James reposted the clip with a eat emoji, while Snoop Dogg laughed and wrote, "League cooked. Soccer or Shedeur effect." At this point, it felt like the NFL was under siege from its own audience. Protests outside stadiums grew larger. Fans held up signs reading Prime's son or no ratings and no Shedeur, no NFL. Videos of entire bars flipping off the TV during Browns games went viral. One viral TikTok captioned, "The NFL without Shedeur is like pizza without cheese." Even politicians got involved. A congressman tweeted, "When 30% of the nation's most watched sport tunes out over one player, that's not hype, that's power." Shedeur effect. Meanwhile, the Browns' silence only made things worse. Their official aired Browns posts were drowned in comments. "Where's Shedeur? You killed the league. Bench pride. Play Prime's son. Pride. Play Prime's son." Then came the explosive leak. An insider from a major broadcast partner told a rap sheet, "Networks are pressuring the league directly." The words used were, "If Shedeur doesn't play, we're losing millions." It's chaos at the top. That revelation cracked the dam wide open. Fans didn't just want Shedeur, they demanded him. The narrative flipped. It wasn't whether he deserved to play, it was whether the NFL could even survive without him. And right when things seemed like they couldn't get hotter, Shedeur himself reappeared. On Instagram, he posted a short video, him walking onto a darkened football field, helmet in hand, with Drake's God's Plan playing faintly in the background. The caption? "Soon, Ying Shedeur effect Yigern built for it." The post pulled in 5M likes in under 12 hours. Comments exploded, league about to be saved. Soon, NFL done hiding the truth. This man marketing better than the league itself. By Thursday night, the NFL's empire was in freefall. Ratings tanking, fans revolting, execs panicking, rivals bickering. Prime going nuclear. The cliffhanger was unmistakable. Would the NFL finally give in to the Shedeur effect? Or would the league burn to ashes before admitting its mistake? By Friday, the NFL wasn't just struggling, it was unraveling. Primetime ratings had cratered again, with the Thursday night football broadcast pulling the lowest numbers in modern league history. The headline splashed across our SportsCenter read, "NFL in crisis. Viewership collapses without Shedeur Sanders." Fans weren't just complaining anymore, they were revolting. Bars across Cleveland refused to show Browns games unless Shedeur Sanders suited up. Entire sections of stadiums were spotted holding up signs. "No Shedeur, no show." On X, the hashtag #BoycottNFL trended alongside Shedeur effect. It was a cultural earthquake. Stephen A. Smith delivered yet another on-air explosion. This ain't just football. This is business. This is ratings. This is culture. The NFL is getting humiliated because they refuse to put Shedeur Sanders on that field. You've got players, fans, celebrities, politicians, everybody screaming his name, and the league acting blind. Shameful. Absolutely shameful. Clips of his rant went viral instantly. One edit overlaid his words on footage of empty stadium seats with captions like, "Stephen A. exposes the NFL meltdown." Stephen, as Smith trended at MWinner1, but the collapse triggered even deeper chaos inside the league. A leaked Zoom call between network executives and NFL officials allegedly revealed pure panic. One exec reportedly shouted, "We are losing millions every week without Shedeur Sanders." Viewers aren't casual anymore. They want him. If he's not on the field, they're gone. Another voice, supposedly an NFL team owner, snapped back, "We don't let social media dictate who starts. This is still football." The recording ended, but the leak was enough. Fans knew the truth. the league was divided, desperate, and scared. Meanwhile, rival NFL players picked sides. Lamar Jackson tweeted, "League can't handle it, but numbers don't lie." And Shedeur Sanders is the moment. Patrick Mahomes, usually quiet on these matters, liked a post that read, "NFL needs Shedeur more than Shedeur needs the NFL." Fans screenshotted it immediately, screaming, "Even Mahomes knows." Shedeur effect. On the other side, critics kept firing. Colin Cowherd sniffed on air. "Look, he's good. He's charismatic. But let's be honest. Are we really saying one college QB is holding the league hostage? That's ridiculous." But his co-host clapped back. "Ridiculous? Ratings don't collapse by coincidence, Colin. They collapse because the NFL ignored the only story fans care about." Cowherd sat silent. And then came Deion Sanders. Taking the fight to DEFCON 1 Coach Prime went on IG Live, shades gleaming, voice sharp as a blade. "You don't want my son on that field? Fine. But you better believe this. You can't stop destiny. You can't stop Prime. And right now, the NFL is learning the hard way. The Sanders name don't just play games, we change them." His words detonated online. The hashtag Prime Warning resurfaced, trending at #1 globally. Shedeur himself dropped another cryptic post, a photo of him in bronze-colored cleats with the caption, "When the time comes, just remember who you asked for. Joe built for it, you Shedeur effect." That single post pulled 8M likes in less than 10 hours. Celebrities flooded the comments. Snoop Dogg, "We all waiting, nephew." Rick Ross, "NFL better cut the check." OBJ, "Different breed." Even a King James chimed in with a E emoji. By Saturday, the crisis reached fever pitch. NFL owners held an emergency closed-door meeting, reportedly arguing for hours. A source leaked to Enter Rap Sheet. One proposal on the table is to pressure the Browns to sign Shedeur mid-season. Desperation move, but the league is bleeding too fast to wait. Fans seized the leak, spamming, "Jeder Theater sign Shedeur now." Browns HQ was swarmed by protesters waving Sanders jerseys and chanting his name. And just when it couldn't get crazier, a mystery video surfaced online. Grainy footage appeared to show Shedeur and Deion walking into a Cleveland facility late at night. The caption? "It's happening." The video spread like wildfire. TikTok edits used dramatic music, flashing text, "NFL in flames." Shedeur about to save it. Networks scrambled. ESPN teased breaking coverage. Fox analysts speculated all day. Even CNN covered the protests, flashing a headline, "NFL ratings collapse tied to one player." By Sunday morning, the entire sports world sat on edge. Would the Browns cave to the pressure? Would the NFL finally unleash Shedeur Sanders? Or would the league cling to pride and risk losing everything? The cliffhanger was undeniable. The NFL is burning. And the only question left, can Shedeur Sanders save it? The NFL has never seen chaos like this before. A league built on dominance, tradition, and untouchable ratings is now on its knees. All because one young quarterback, Shedeur Sanders, hasn't been given the stage he deserves. Fans are revolting, stadiums are half empty, TV executives are panicking, and hashtags like "Not Used," Shedeur Effect, and NFL in Flames are rewriting sports history in real time. And here's the truth. This storm isn't slowing down. If the Browns and the NFL don't move fast, they risk losing not just numbers, but credibility. The Sanders family has already spoken. Stephen Asmuth has destroyed the haters on live TV, and the entire sports world is holding its breath. The question is no longer if, it's when. So don't blink. Don't scroll past. Hit that subscribe button, smash the notification bell, and drop your thoughts below. Should Shedeur start for the Browns immediately, or is the NFL too scared to hand him the keys? Because one thing is certain, when the next bombshell drops, it will shake football, culture, and the entire nation. Stay locked in. This isn't just a game anymore. This is legacy in the making.